has dealing with some injuries to their squad coming into this weekend. It is worth noting, by the way, for the Privateers that Riley Hallman is dressed. Ella Moss will not be available, but Riley Hallman is available after the injury she sustained, or not sure if she's available, but she is dressed after the injury she sustained last week. We are set for volleyball here. So glad you could join us wherever you may be joining us from. Some of the things that both coaches talked about for Providence, getting a lot of their younger players ready for Big East play is certainly something that Coach Margot Royer-Johnson was looking to do. Continuing to use serving as a weapon, especially when they get into Big East play, and consistency in serve receive. And for Coach Preston, one of the main things she highlighted was find a way to execute the longer rallies. This team can extend rallies. They can force teams to play extra shots, but now that next step becomes being able to put balls away and being able to win more of those points more consistently, along with continuing to stay long in the service line and do an effective job of covering their hitters as well. Providence will start on serve. It is Pride to put it in play, and we are underway. Early reception by Piva, and that's a free ball, and that one just returned over by Scales, kept alive. Now set to the outside, tap over the block, punching it up in the air was Mayoni. Here's a swing from Scales for a kill. The tap over by Atkins looked to maybe be effective, but a great job by the Privateers to keep that ball up and get Akir Scales one more bite at that shot, and she converts it for a point for the Privateers. Now Defne Eciroglu to serve for New Orleans. High short serve to the 10, gets received, set up for Atkins, and that's stuffed off the block out of bounds, and a point for Providence and for Sophia Atkins, the sophomore outside from Cincinnati, Ohio. You look at this starting lineup for Providence, and you have Atkins, Easterbrook, who's a freshman, Mayhew, who's a freshman. It's a lot of youth out there. Now the left-hand server, Miller McDonald, puts it in play to Alamaw. Set it up for Anderson. That one dug out in the back row. Here's a set for Atkins deep. Anderson digs that one out. Eciroglu, middle set there for Scales, but that was dug out by Pride. Tap over the block, but to Eciroglu. Now Alabon outside the pin. Here's Mayoni cross court. That one dug out by McDonald. Another swing for Atkins. She's been heavily involved. Anderson digs again. Anderson leans into one. That one dug very high in the air, up in the roof. Comes down to Pride. Swung back over. Anderson another dig. Here's a swing for Piva. That one dug out again by Pride. The rally continues. Now Atkins gets one to go off the block. What a spirited rally on both sides. And it was Sophia Atkins. They kept feeding on the outside. And Atkins eventually able to put it away for a point for Providence. What a gutsy rally there, though, on both sides of the court. McDonald serves it high and but short. Anderson receives. Now set up for Mayoni, and there's a kill for Alessandra Mayoni. Point for the Privateers, and Mayoni, we talked about it with Coach Preston before, the left-handed right side. Coach Preston used the word crafty because that's what Mayoni has a knack of doing. She likes to go to those off-speed shots on occasion and really just try to keep defenses guessing from that perspective. Celia Mbaya with the serve, and that one goes backward and cannot be returned. That's going to be an ace for Celia Mbaya. Mbaya, who has made a mark, especially with her back row defense for the Privateers, gives them an early 3-2 lead off the ace. Mbaya, a harder serve, and this one goes long, and a point for Providence. Mayhew peeled off of that one and let that one drift long. Toss in the serve by Atkins, and Mbaya receives, and now Eciroglu for Anderson. Anaya Anderson gets one off the tip for a kill for the Privateers, and the true freshman Anaya Anderson has been such a strong presence at the net, but really her positioning in the back row early is something to be noted here in this match as well. High, long serve by Scales, received by Pride, set to the outside by Mayhew for the tip kill attempt. That was dug out. Eciroglu cross court set for Anderson. Pride digs. Here's a back set to the middle, and that one dug out easily by Mbaya. Here's Roundtree's first swing of the match, and that's going to be a point for the Privateers because a blocking error will be called up front on Providence, and it was Lyric Berry who got whistled for the violation. So a blocking error to Berry and a point for Roundtree for the kill. 5-3 New Orleans. Here's Scales to serve it once again. She serves it deep, and tracking that one was Atkins. Here's a swing leaning into one. That is Berry, and Berry punishes that one. Got a running start up to that one and was able to put it away for the kill. Friars on serve. And it is going to be Berry, who was just responsible for that kill, the serve. She sends it deep, and that is Mbaya. And now Eciroglu winds up setting this one. Just a standing pop over by Roundtree, easily dug by Berry that time. Here's a big swing and a kill from Fielding Mayhew, and the true freshman out of Weston, Massachusetts. That was just well-timed there on the set by McDonald. The long set from McDonald for Mayhew for the kill. And now a substitution, a service sub. It's Morgan Martin to sub in and serve for Lyric Berry. We mentioned that Providence is shorthanded. It should be noted, I see only 4 players who are dressed on the bench, so really a roster of 9 active players for Providence. Roundtree's try, that's blocked. Turned away there by the Friars, and that is Easterbrook and Tori Otter, who was in there up front for the kill, or for the block, I'm sorry. Another serve here from Martin goes deep. The reception by Anderson, set up for Anderson, and there's a kill. Anaya Anderson gets the Privateers right back on serve with her first kill of the day. And now back to serve, it will be Mayoni. Mayoni serve receive. McDonald sets this one for Easterbrook. Block back, but leak back over on the Privateer side. Now Eciroglu sets for Mbaya. That cannot go. Block was waiting there at the net, but a bit of a low swing and a point for Providence. And the Friars back on top here, 7-6. Subbing in will be Enriquez, Ava Enriquez to serve. Enriquez sends it over, sideline. Alamo received that one. Now Anderson, a deep swing. That one dug out very high, and it rattles around up on the roof. Nice job staying with it by Enriquez. Free ball over. Mayoni calls for it to pass. Center dump, and that one, oh, that did not go down. Thought it might have, but the Friars somehow kept it up. Slide play, Roundtree stuffed. And that was Mayhew there along with Easterbrook. A play that looked like it might have gone to the Privateers. Eciroglu saw the opening of space and nearly got that one to go in the center dump, but the Friars somehow kept that ball alive. Now Enriquez is serve and getting under his Mbaya. Here's a set for Anderson, taps it high over the block, but that one good cover there in the back row. And now Mayhew cross-court swing. Alamon digs, but a free ball jousted for at the net. Won momentarily by the Privateers, but we play on. Mayhew rejected again, but it still stays up. Here's a swing from deep, and that cannot go as Roundtree is there for the block. From behind the 10 there, Atkins tried to punish that one, but Courtney Roundtree was waiting there at the net for the block. And now Anaya Anderson to serve here for the Privateers. Anderson sends it over deep. Mayhew received that one. Slide play, Easterbrook, and a nice pancake dig there by Alamo, and then Anderson able to tuck it away. Or excuse me, Cole, I'm sorry. It was Peyton Cole who was in there on the pancake dig. Great hustle there by Cole, fully stretched with the right hand there to keep that ball up ahead of the eventual kill from Anderson, who serves there to Mayhew, who received, and now Atkins tapped it. Roundtree blocked it, but we continue. Another try there from Mayhew. Free ball on the dig. Mayhew again taps it over the block. Piva sprawls to cover. Now Anderson sends a free ball deep and out. Anderson just tried to do that play where you kind of send it deep and give your defense a chance to reset itself. But she sent it a little too deep on that occasion. Friars back on top, 9-8. Now Mayhew is going to serve here for Providence. She sends it high and over, and that is to Anderson. Here's a set now for Piva off the block touch, dug out in the back row, Mayhew. Here's a swing from Adkins, blocked. Roundtree there along with Eciroglu for the Privateers. What an emphatic block for the tandem up front. Courtney Roundtree leading the way there. The Privateers back on serve now with Peyton Cole. Cole sends it deep to Adkins. McDonald sets this one. It is for Adkins. Good dig there by Mayoni with quick reactions. Then Cole sends a free ball over. Here's a pass to McDonald. McDonald sets up Adkins. Adkins finds a seam for the kill. Sophia Adkins has been very active and has provided a test here for the Privateers defense early on, especially outside the pin on that left side. Friars back on top, 10-9, and back on serve here. The libero high, short serve, Pride. Anderson receives it, now set for Piva. That one dug out in good position, Enriquez. Here's a swing again from Adkins, dug out by Mayoni that time. Piva a try, good dig that time by Mayhew. Sprawling to keep it alive, Enriquez couldn't get it any further. The Privateers get the point. Laura Piva notches that one for New Orleans, and back and forth we go here early. It's 10-all. Serve over, received by Adkins, now set up for a deep kill attempt that goes out from Berry, and a point for New Orleans off the error. And now it is Eciroglu to serve here for the Privateers. She sends it high and short. Berry receives it. Now set up, and that's a missed time there. Adkins winds up trying to tap it over with the left hand. And now a timeout will be called by Providence. So we'll take the break as well. Privateers lead it first set, 12-10. This is college volleyball on ESPN+.